I have something that I think you're going to enjoy today. There's a young woman named Kaitlin Bennett, who I had never heard of before yesterday, before seeing the videos I'm going to play for you today. But apparently she's known as Gun Girl in some circles. She's a pro-gun, anti-abortion, anti-trans, seemingly religious conservative. She strikes me as a religious conservative, although maybe that's not the case. Wikipedia says that Bennett received media attention in 2018 because she open carried an AR-10 rifle at Kent State University. Imagine being known for holding a gun. Holding a gun is what she's known for. I believe she's 23, 24 years old. She goes to college campuses and she does these horribly bad faith, dishonest gotcha type interviews where she wants to show how crazy things are on liberal college campuses. And she asks students, what do you think about abortion, or what do you think about guns or trans people? It's done totally out of context and very bad faith. And she did this the other day, and a young man who has upper management written all over him, I think you will agree after watching this segment, stopped her short when she started asking, oh, what about tampons in men's rooms? Or what about this or that? And the kid very clearly says, who cares? No one's committing a crime. I'm living my life. I believe in individual liberty. Who cares about this stuff? Check this out.
What do you think about putting urinals in women's restrooms for women who have penises and they just want to stand and pee?
I think people just making too big of a deal about it. I don't really care.
Ooh. Naughty words. Okay, so we should or shouldn't?
I mean, I don't really care.
Okay, what about tampons and pads in men's restroom for men who have periods?
If you're really getting that worked up about it, why does it matter? Like, I don't care. It's just sitting there. I'm not going to take it.
Okay, so we should provide men with tampons.
I mean, if a dude wants a tampon for some reason, he can have a tampon. That's not my business.
What would he use it for?
I don't know. That's his problem.
What would he use a pad for?
His problem.
Do you think they should seek medical advice if they're having bleeding?
I mean, if they want to, I don't really care. Why should I care?
I don't know. I care about people. If they're bleeding out of their penis, I would want to...
I care about people's personal rights. They can do whatever they want. It's none of my business.
Beautifully done. Absolutely beautifully done. This is like a fake reactionary libertarian, this woman, Kaitlin Bennett, meeting an actual libertarian. And I mean libertarian in the authoritarian versus libertarian sense, not like a capital L libertarian, who says there's no crime being committed. There's no violence to anyone. There's no interference with my life. What do I care about where a tampon is found? She has nowhere to go with it because she can't get an emotional response from the student. So she has to become more unhinged and start saying things like, what about a bleeding penis? Then here's another one that went horribly wrong. And she actually is so unbearable that I almost started feeling bad for how dumb she looked here. But then I didn't. Take a look at this.
Yeah, there's more than people think.
What, men having periods?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By God. Did you tell them to seek medical help if men are having periods?
Well, trans men have periods.
Oh, okay. Okay, explain that one to me.
Yeah, so people who have transitioned from female to male, obviously, they might still have periods, and, if they identify as male, they have the right to go into the men's room. But if they're still having periods, they have the right to have, the products they need.
This is, of course, how these reactionary social conservative movements work. They work by strategically narrowly framing questions when it makes sense. And then when it's more convenient, you broaden it where the questions and the topic are way too broad to actually have any meaning. And conspiracy theorists actually do the same thing. There's a strategy in pushing conspiracy theories where you will sometimes say, let's zoom way out in order to further your conspiracy theory. But when taking a broad view actually hurts your conspiracy theory, you zoom way in into narrowly calculated details. And it's a very similar strategy here. First, they go very broad, something like the identity politics left thinks men can have periods. Okay, well, it's not hard to understand. If you're born biologically female, you transition to male, unless you have certain procedures, you've got a uterus, you have the reproductive system, doesn't go away. So someone who identifies as male in society and uses the men's room might still have a period. Menstruation may still be part of their biological reality. So then they go broad and the left thinks men have periods or something like that. And then when you point out how absurd the framing is, they will narrow it to, are you telling me you don't care about someone whose penis is bleeding? This isn't about a man whose penis is bleeding. This is about individual liberty. It's about rights. It's about nobody's breaking any laws. And the most important takeaway here, because it's an election year, is that these people vote. And many people agree with the framing of Kaitlin Bennett. She gets to vote. The people who find her intelligent and who find her videos prescient about the future of America, they vote. And none of this means anything if we can't start fixing this problem from the bottom up. And that means we all have to vote in November of 2020. I want to hear from you. What do you think about these videos? We'll take a quick break and be back right after this.